Hi, it's time for Module 4 of the program seminar for Master of Arts in Ministry. I'm on the screen here, you'll see I'm in the learning activities under Module 4. And I want to talk about the 4 activities. Now you get to use what we've been working on. We worked on Biblical Worldview in Module 1, Critical Thinking in Module 2, Library Research in Module 3. Now in Module 4, you're going to write a paper. The first assignment is to select a topic. Now, this is a topic that is something in contemporary culture that the Bible does not expressly address. And you're going to look at that through a biblical worldview, use critical thinking to look at where the world is coming from and what the aspects of the topic are, and good library research to state a position and defend it. You've got a suggested list of topics. You pick one out, do a preliminary biography where you might find information on it. Put that early in the week in the discussion board, and we can help each other. We can discuss our topics and what might help us do a better job. This is a short paper. You got to write it in a week. Think really narrow on your topic. Don't try to be too broad. This is a pretty narrow paper. Your second learning activity is assembling some biblical resources. After all, this subject is not expressly mentioned in the Bible. So you have to say, well, how do I figure out a biblical view on it? So if it's, say, bioethics, and bioethics is very broad, you need to be narrower, but let's say DNA modification in humans. Well, there's nothing in the Bible about DNA per se, but there are things about humans, about sickness, about health, about God's intentions, and about human ethical responsibilities. And you can use some of those to apply to bioethics, even though bioethics or DNA may not be mentioned in the Bible. We could argue about whether bioethics are, but DNA isn't mentioned. So this one, you assemble some biblical resources, write up what you found, put it in a discussion, and we'll help each other find stuff in the Bible that applies to our topics, maybe make some suggestions to each other. Then activity 3 is to write your paper. You're going to write a paper about this topic. You're going to state and argue a position. You're going to say what ought to be done or ought to be believed by Christians, or what a Christian in ministry ought to advise people on this topic. You're going to have to use the library databases. We want to see solid scholarly works there. You're going to have to do a detailed outline of your paper and turn in your outline with the paper. I want to see your outline. And then you write the paper. And it says a minimum of 1,500 words. So don't go under 1,500, but I really wouldn't recommend going over 2,000. Double-spaced, like APA is about 300 words a page. 1,500 is going to be 5 pages. 7 pages would be 2,100. Be in that range there, that 5 to 7 pages, 1,500 to 2,100 words. You only have a week to read it. Then I've got a short time to grade it. I know you want your stuff back, and it takes time to do grading. So don't go too long. A narrow topic will help you do that. Make sure you do good APA format the best you can. If you haven't done so already, look at the stuff I've already graded and read my comments. I consider myself a pretty easy grader. You may disagree, but I think I'm a pretty easy grader, but I like to write comments that direct you to how to do better. So please read my comments, see what you can do about improving in those areas, and as always, feel free to get in touch with me. We'll talk to you later.